down in the place to be. Forget your cares and the more, most definitely.
What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new-ish Neca Toys The Last of Us Part 2 Joel and Ellie 2-pack. Now, I was waiting to get my hands on this because it was a little bit expensive, but I was able to pretty much get it for free, so I really can't complain about that. Thanks to my buddy over at Phantasm Comics, Greg, the homie, hooked it up. I brought in a bunch of stuff to sell again, and I said, hey, can we work out this price and add this in? And he's like, you got it, brother. So that's exactly what we did. So apparently, or essentially, I didn't pay anything for this. But I really didn't play much of the game. I know a lot about it just from like gameplay and friends talking about it. But I really fell in love with this series with the HBO Max TV version with Pedro Pascal playing Joel. Really loved it. And until we get versions of them, I'm going to have to go ahead and pick these up because they look fantastic. So you can see the box there. And then opening it up, you get to see the figures on the inside flap for Joel and for Ellie. And then if you're looking for it, I have seen it in Targets and things like that. So there's the barcode if you're looking for it. But without further ado, I'm very excited to get this open. So let's go ahead and do just that. So getting Joel and Ellie out of the package, these are pretty damn good figures. They're pretty much exactly what I expected. They're just people in civilian clothes, so nothing crazy about it. But they work for what they are. I actually think I like Ellie a little bit better for a couple different reasons. But yeah, they're pretty cool. So we'll go ahead and start with Joel, just because, like I said, I think I like Ellie a little bit more. I don't know. The biggest thing is they really pulled a McFarlane here, and he has like the ever so slightest side eye, and it bothers me to no end. I actually think Pedro Pascal was a really good casting for this. I saw some people complaining about it, and again, I didn't play the video game, so I didn't know much about it. I mean, even this kind of looks like Pedro Pascal, so it works for me. I really like the face paint and how they got like more gray in the beard. There's a little bit of dry brush on the hair. Has that not been in focus the whole time? There it is, a little dry brush on the hair. I think it looks great. The beard looks nice, and the face looks good. It's just, why is it a side eye? I really don't know. I don't know how I feel about the hair on the neck, because I can't, it's not sculpted, I don't think. I think it's just a paint app. No, it's maybe a little bit sculpted, but I think it's a little much. Personally, I think it's a little heavy-handed, but it's not terrible. I think it looks all right. I like the black on the top of the jacket, and then how you get the wash all the way down is very iconic jacket. Again, I don't really have much connection to the video game. I really only watched the show, and I really enjoyed it, but I like the buttons on the side, and then you get his buttons on his shirt painted, and then down into the belt and the pants. So I think they look really nice. There's a nice dry brushing over the jeans to make them look like jeans, and then you get his big old dirty boots, and I think that they look good. But the laces really painted like construction boots. I think that that's a super nice detail, and then the patas, they look pretty good. So his hands are all right. They're all the same. You know, you're going to get interchangeable hands with him. I'm going to do all the accessories at once, so we'll take a look at Ellie rather than, you know, going over Joel's accessories, because I kind of mixed them up and forgot who came with what. So I think the face sculpt looks fantastic on her. I don't know if they use like a printing. I don't really know how you do that if it's a fictional character, but it looks great. The hair looks fantastic with the dry brush in there, the slight freckling on her face. She looks great. And this is the older version, because I believe this is from part 2. So this is when she's a little bit older, because this is when she gets the tattoo. Again, I know a little bit about the game, but not much past the show, to be honest with you. I kind of like the shirt paint, but you can kind of see it's just a strip to where, like, it's only dirty there. It's not the end of the world, but the jacket's really soft. I think that's kind of like sculpted to be tucked in on the back, because it doesn't hinder articulation, but it works in almost any position. I think that's really clever. Obviously, you get her tattoo here. That looks pretty cool. There's no, like, bite mark sculpted into that very much. Now, is that accurate to the game? I don't know. Somebody let me know. I like the bracelets on there. They're painted very nicely. But let me know if that's accurate, because I would assume she's getting the tattoo to cover up the bite mark, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But I like that there's like a little blood splatter here, a little blood splatter there, a little bit on her leg. The pants look good. I think that looks awesome. You get a little bit of cut right there. Even paint on her butt pocket. That looks good. And then you do get the chucks. They're painted. I think they look great. They're dirty, but they're tied. She keeps it clean. So I really do like these. I think they look pretty much perfect to what the show on I guess in this case the video game is portraying for these characters. Now, this accessory arrangement is insane. This pack comes with a lot, and now while some of these things are interchangeable, some of the stuff is pretty specific to the characters. Like starting off with the biggest thing you get this backpack. Now it does slightly open, so you can like put like the knives in here if you really want to. I think that's pretty cool. We'll take a closer look at them in a minute, but you get like the little pin on there. It's very dirty. It looks like a bag that a person would own. I think that's pretty cool. So this is specific for Ellie. When you want to put it on her, just kind of like bring the arms back, and then, you know, how most people put on a backpack. That's how she's going to put hers on. And I think it looks good. I think it sits nice, sits good. I'm probably going to wind up leaving that on her. But yeah, I think that looks pretty good. Looks nice. It drapes good. Also for Ellie, pretty specific to her. I know in the second game she gets a bow. So you get 4 arrows, one of which may be going to my Katniss Everdeen figure, because they look pretty cool. They're all the same thing. I like the paint on them. And then you can't have a bow with, you can't have your arrows without your bow. You get a little string there, and there's a little bit of resistance. So I don't know. I think it looks great. The paint on here is phenomenal. Very well done. And it's an actual string, which is pretty cool, and she holds it very well. And then you do get a couple interchangeable hands for her, just various gripping hands, a trigger finger hand, nothing crazy. And then I guess we'll do Joel next, and then we'll do the generic stuff. So you get a gripping hand for Joel, and then you get this shotgun. Looks pretty cool. Nice rifle. Looks nice. And then you get this one, which is I know this one's a shotgun, but I don't know much about guns. The wash on there and the paint looks phenomenal. Love it. And then you get 2 handhelds. I know this one's Ellie's. You get the little revolver, and then the pistol for Joel. At least I would assume that one's Joel. There's a lot of paint on that for just being a little guy. And then for the generic stuff, you get 2 little knives. Whoops. They're actually pretty sharp too. I don't know if these are specific to a certain level or part of the game, but you do get 2 of them, and the paint is very clean on them both. You get this like, I don't know, like this cutting knife. Looks cool. Dried blood on there. The handle looks good. I love it. You get the machete. Looks good as well. Like it. It's pretty sharp edge. And then you get the big old axe. I think that looks pretty cool too. So again, tons of accessories with these guys, which is awesome. You know, I say I love accessories, but damn, is it getting harder to store them? There's so many accessories, but I really like it. I think that this is stuff that's essential for the 2 characters. Now, in terms of articulation, they're pretty similar, but I think Ellie has a little bit worse articulation than Joel. The head's not going to look up. She's not really going to look down either. You do get a little bit of pivot and then rotation. It's like just enough to make it work. You do get a shoulder hinge that will not even bring you to a T-pose. Down, rotate 360, and then the bicep swivel is at the sleeve. I do like that. It kind of slightly shimmies at the elbow too, but there's really no point. It's a full-on bicep swivel. Single jointed elbow that gets just past 90, a little bit more, and then swivel and hinge. Not the correct hinge on the hands, unfortunately, but you do get pretty much just a rotation. It's really not going to do much else at the waist. No torso articulation, nothing like that. Hips go outwards. Full splits works. She can kick forward pretty far, back also a little bit. You get a little bit of thigh rotation up there. Single jointed knee. This is fine. I think it looks good, and I don't really think she needs more than that. And then the ankles are really tight, but they go up, down. I think it rotates. They do rotate and they pivot. So nothing crazy, but it's enough for a character like Ellie. And then Joel, like I said, he has a little bit more. Man, I cannot wait until I get my new setup. Just wait, guys. Rotate at the head, he'll pivot. Like I said, it's a little bit more range, but he also doesn't have the hair. His shoulders go up better. They do rotate 360, and then double jointed elbows that do rotate, but they really don't get much more than Ellie, to be completely honest with you, on either side. So honestly, I think they should have just done a single jointed elbow if that's all they're going to give. And then they swivel and hinge. His torso works a little bit better. I think there is something up here, maybe, but he does crunch forward pretty far, back, rotate, and then pivot side to side. So nothing crazy, but it does work. The hips go outwards that far, they'll go down. He can kick forward, he can kick back. You get a little bit of a thigh swivel, and then just 90 single jointed knee, and then the ankles rotate pivot and hinge. So it's definitely enough articulation for characters like these. I don't think they need like a crazy amount. They just need to be walking, running, and standing with their weapons, and I think that they can do all of those things. In terms of scaling for these guys, they are 7-inch scale figures. That's kind of what NECA's specialty is. So you do get these guys here. You got Monkey and you got Banana. I'm just going to abbreviate them from now on. You got Bald Man and Batman. They scale better with Batman. And then you do get a standard Marvel Legend with Zombie Captain America. They probably don't get along. I mean, these guys hate zombies. This guy's Zombie Cap. Oof, sucks for him. So you guys are probably wondering, yo, Ann, what are your final thoughts on these figures? What do you think? Are they worth the price point? What's going on here? And I gotta say, I definitely do think that they're worth the price point. I mean, you do get a lot of stuff, and $70, I think, is a decent price. I mean, you have to take into consideration most NECA figures are $35 a piece, and if you do your math correctly, that does end up at $70. You get tons of stuff in here though, and while the articulation definitely could be better for these guys, it's not atrocious, and it's definitely something that you can work with. I mean, I think this is definitely how I'm just going to have them on the shelf, is just Ellie with the arrows. The cool thing is you can get all 3 of the arrows in her back, but I left them out for some pictures. I'll put them in there later. But yeah, I think it looks great. As a 2-pack, I'm very happy to have them. If NECA decides to come back and do like the zombies, like the bloater and the crawlers, the clickers, I would be very happy, and I would probably get a whole horde of zombies. So hopefully they do. But I believe that's all I got for today. So if you have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Also be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I post a lot over there and I have a lot of fun, so I'm sure you all will too. But as always, let me know. You copping? See you guys in the next one. Peace.